2016 Ninjago had debatably some of the best waves we've ever seen in the show's history, having the Skybound wave and having the Day of the Departed wave just afterwards. Misfortune's Keep, the Lighthouse Siege, Samurai X Cave Chaos, the Stealth Raider, all of them are absolutely amazing sets, and to make it even better, they came with fantastic minifigures at the exact same time. And even though I've already covered the Skybound suits, which if you haven't seen, please check it out, I am now going to cover the Day of the Departed suits in this long-running series where I review every single wave of Ninja minifigures, and I have to say, this one has been a very big excitement for me. Because spoiler alert, I absolutely love these minifigures, and I think they are fantastic. But let's not waste any more of your time, and let's actually talk about the Day of the Departed minifigures. But yes, here we are, and like I said, they are the Day of the Departed suits, or the honor robes for short, and all the Ninja have got unique printing, and it really does make them stand out. They're all essentially just a love child or a fusion of previous suits, and I'll point out which ones they were based off of as the video progresses, but you can see where all of them are taking inspiration off of previous waves, and of course, the honor robe, so it's nice to see that they are honoring these original suits, because honestly, it does just make for a fantastic looking set of ninja uniforms. But starting off with Kai, I really do like this version of him. I think it's a really nice looking one, and I think it has a lot of aspects that are really good, because this is the love child of both the pilot suits and the ZX suits. I love the printing as well. I think the printing is really nicely detailed while also being nice and simplified enough to where we can understand what it's trying to do. And I think honestly, all these little aspects and all the colorings come together just to form a really nice looking outfit for him. He also does have the new shoulder pads, and I have to say this one is the Skybound one but in the browner finish, and all the Ninja do come with this apart from one of them. But the thing is that it's just a very nice one, and honestly, it's probably one of my favorite shoulder pieces to this day. The other slight adjustment I will say that's returning is actually the mask. It is the deep stone dual molded mask, and instead of having a red and black, it's a red and a darker red. And again, I think I do actually prefer this one to the red and black one. Not saying I don't like the red and black, but I'm just saying that I think these new versions that we see on this one and in the Hands of Time suits, I just think they're really nice looking masks, and honestly, it was nice that we had them for as long as we did. As for the weapon I would display him with, I kind of have a hard time displaying the Day of the Departed Ninja with weapons. I tend to just result to what we actually see them use in Day of the Departed. So in Kai's instance, I just give him a golden katana, and it's just a nice finish. There's nothing really more to say about it. He doesn't really have a unique weapon. I mean, the Ninja don't really get unique weapons for a while now, but the thing is that it still is just a nice looking finish, and one that you won't be disappointed with. But yeah, I really do like this Kai minifigure. I think it's honestly one of the better ones that we've ever had, and it's definitely one of those ones that I always do come back to. Next up is going to be Jay, and I'm going to be honest, I really do like the J, because it brings back one of the main aspects of J that I really do like, and that's the silver arm, because this is a love child of the pilot and again the ZX outfits, and I honestly think this kind of pulls it off better than Kai. Like I said, the printing again is just absolutely amazing. It's more simplified because apart from the metal arm and the legs in particular, you will notice that it is mostly based off of the pilot J, and that's not a bad thing at all. Funnily enough, I just released a Weavy Wednesday on Pilot J, but the thing is that the two different kind of attires that they have combined work together really well, and you can tell that's why they went for this kind of angle on him. Again, coming in with the brown shoulder pads, and again, just really nice. I wish we got more of these, honestly. And the dual molded mask, instead of being black and blue, it's now a dark blue and a light blue, and again, I do just really like these masks. These are potentially one of my favorite masks. Let me know which ones you guys like, because it's one of those ones where I think I could change my opinion as time goes by, but this one's definitely up there. But he does actually come in with a new face, and we have actually seen this face before on the channel because I have mentioned it, but this is technically, chronologically, the first time we actually got it. And instead of the stoic face, we get to see Jay with a smile, and we get to see him with an almost like scared or a sad face. And honestly, it's a shame we didn't have this one for longer, because it's a really nice looking head print, and honestly definitely one of the better ones for Jay. Again, as for the weapons, we are looking at what he did end up using in Day of the Departed, so I do just give him a standard pair of nunchucks, and again, you can't go wrong. Jay and nunchucks just go together really well. I mean, it's just a fantastic look. So yeah, let me know what you guys display your Day of the Departed minifigures with, because honestly I don't know what else really to display them with. But yeah, I just play with nunchucks. I think they look great. But again, just another amazing minifigure and another great addition to any of the Day of the Departed Ninja. But let's move on to the next one. And let's talk about Zane. I actually really do like this minifigure. This was honestly the main standout when these were first revealed back in 2016 for me. I mean, I've come to prefer Kai and Jay since, but I still really like this minifigure. I will consider it a hybrid of the Pilot, the ZX, and I would honestly give it a couple aspects of his jungle suit. This one definitely does have a more unique print and definitely a more busy print, but I don't think it looks bad. He's very much covered in ropes, obviously to do with the ZX look, and honestly, I think it does kind of go well. Weirdly enough, the brown and the silver that we actually get on him actually does blend together quite nicely. He does actually come with the only instance of the silver shoulder pad instead of the brown one. And honestly, it does make sense. I understand why they went for silver instead of a brown. I mean, you could always display it with a brown one if you wanted, but personally I don't. But I actually think it's a fantastic looking shoulder pad. And also then the head again, well, not the head, sorry, but the mask itself, instead of being black and white, it's actually now black and silver. And again, just a really nice finish. And then again, as for the accessories, I personally do display him with just 2 silver shurikens. I think there's nothing wrong with that. It's what he used in Day of the Departed. I think it's just a nice and simple finish. Honestly, I miss the days of Ninja having a unique weapon every single wave. I'm kind of struggling for display during this phase because the Ninja over anything kind of just used their elemental powers. But honestly, not complaining, it was cool in the show. But yeah, Zane, shurikens, perfect. But again, overall, just another amazing Day of the Departed minifigure. Don't really have much bad to really say about it. Honestly, like I said, one of the more busy ones, but that's not exactly a bad thing whatsoever. So I'm actually quite happy with what you get here. And we're actually going to skip one of the core 4 quickly because of course this was Cole's wave and I'll get to him last. But next up, we're actually going to talk about Lloyd. And again, this over anything is just kind of a pilot version of the Lloyd suit. I guess the dark green arms, you could say it's the ZX, but overall, they were just looking for a pilot look. This is honestly one of the more simple ones, and I'm not mad at it whatsoever, because it gives us a really nice version of the Lloyd print. And honestly, having a version of the pilot suit is really nice. It's interesting because this one, of course, has got the brown shoulder pad, which is nice, and instead of black and green, it's a dark green and a green, which again, really nice looking. But funnily enough, because this is a pilot one, I have seen some people actually go and get a 1990s Green Ninja mask to pair up with him instead, and I would, but yeah, no. But again, then for accessories, just another instance of a golden katana. You don't really need anything else for him apart from that, which is just kind of a shame. It's nice when the Ninja get proper weapons. I mean, I'm looking forward to reviewing the Season 8 minifigures for that reason. But it's one of those ones where, again, gold katana, it does complement the Lloyd minifigure quite nicely. You don't really need anything else, but it's still just a fantastic looking minifigure. But overall, just another instance of another amazing Day of the Departed minifigure. And honestly, you're probably getting sick of me saying it this way, but the Day of the Departed minifigures are just really good. But again, just another really nice Lloyd, and if you want a Lloyd, this is just another good one. But let's get to the next Ninja. And this one, of course, is gonna be Nia. And again, like Lloyd, this is an interpretation of what a pilot outfit could look like. Of course, you could say that this Nia does look like a version of her that also incorporates the Deepstone suit, and you could say to an extent it very much could because of how it's all given out. But again, the print is just another really nice looking print. Again, you could say that it is, you know, Deepstone Nia, but in my opinion, it's different enough to where I would consider it not to be. Again, just having the brown shoulder pad, which is just nice and standard, and the mask itself is not actually unique. It's just, again, the Deepstone mask. And then you take off the Deepstone mask, and then you have that god-awful city face. Thank God we're nearly past City Head Nia era. I have hated this era. I hate it so much. Please, LEGO, why did you do this? But hey, you put on the mask and she still just looks absolutely fantastic. And it's just one of those ones where it's just a very solid looking Nia. I think this is actually one of the more expensive Nias. I'm not actually sure. I'm going to have to check that. But it's one of those things where you can actually just get a very just solid looking Nia. Unfortunately, you can't do the Lloyd thing where you can give her a 90s hood because the dark red doesn't exist, but you can still get away with just a nice looking Nia. But overall, just another fantastic one, and I hate the fact that I keep saying it like that, but you know, it's just how it is, because you know, you have a really nice looking Nia. She looks great with the Day of the Departed Ninja. Give her golden katana as well, and you are good to go. But yeah, that's Nia. Let's look at the next one. And that, of course, is the star of the show, and it's actually going to be Cole. And again, saved it to last because it is his season, and he is a love child, I would say, of ZX, the pilot, and also a bit of the elemental kimono. Having a more simplified torso, particularly because it's not really much incorporated in terms of the actual torso itself. The arms are, of course, the elemental kimono, and the legs are the ZX suit. And honestly, they all come together really nicely just to make a very tidy looking outfit. He, of course, does have the brown shoulder pad like standard, and of course he does have the actual mask as well. And funnily enough, instead of having different colors, these colors are just inverted. And honestly, again, just looks better. Honestly, let me know, do you prefer the deep stone suits, or the mask specifically, or the honor masks, or the dual molded masks anyway? But it's one of those ones where I think they are better than the deep stone ones, I really do. But then take off the mask, and of course you get that lovely new head print because Cole's officially human again. And you have one side which has the angry expression, which is very much reminiscent of his original head print, and I do actually really like it. And then you turn it around and you have more of a smile look. He has a very awkward smile, and you put the mask back on and he looks almost scared. But it's one of those ones where it's still just a very nice print to have. Unfortunately, we didn't actually have this look for too long, but it's just nice to have it regardless. But funnily enough, this is not the only version of Cole that we did get for this wave. And of course, we did get the RX Cole, which represents the new powers that he got because of Day of the Departed. This one does have the same mask, the same head, and it has the same legs as well. It's mainly the torso that's different, and it has this really cool lava effect around the elemental print. Weirdly enough, not canon to the show, which is a bit of a shame. But honestly, apart from that, you get these beautiful looking arms. I love these ones. I feel like I'm not the only person who took these arms off this torso and gave it to every other suit following it. But it's one of those ones where just a very tidy look. I personally did give this version of Cole a brown shoulder pad as well, because of course he did have them. And of course, it's one of those ones where if you did buy every set of the wave of Day of the Departed, you did end up with 2 Day of the Departed J's with the brown shoulder pad. So you were able to transfer it onto Cole. So it's nice that you can actually do it, but honestly, if you didn't get all the suits, you can just get it on Bricklink. But it's definitely one of those ones where it's just a really nice addition to have. It's nice to show the duality, I guess, of Cole, and just generally speaking, it's just nice to have that really nice looking arm print. But overall, again, I love Cole RX. But going back quickly just to regular Cole, again, he's just another fantastic addition, and one that I can't complain about whatsoever. I mean, the only thing I didn't say is why I display him with. Of course, he filters through many weapons over the time of Day of the Departed, but it's one of those ones where I just tend to just end up giving him a regular scythe because I think it just looks fantastic. But again, I just can't flack this figure whatsoever. I just think it's another fantastic one that is just really complete in the look. But again, that's all 6 of the ninja, and I feel like I've just sat here and glazed them for the last like 10 minutes, but I just can't get over how much I like them. But what are students without a master? And of course, this is where we get a new outfit for Wu, and it's one of the more simple Wu outfits. He comes with a nice gold pearl hat, same head and beard of course, and then he gets the nice new torso print, which is a really nice one. The printing on it is just nice and tidy. There's nothing really much to say about it. The back also does have the sacred flute, which is just a really nice detail to add, I will say. So honestly, one of the better Sensei Wu torsos, I have to say. It's just unfortunate because then you get to the legs and you notice that they didn't actually give him any leg prints in this time round. And it's just one of those ones where it's just a really big shame. I would have thought they would have given him something nice for it, or at the very least just like some belts or just the ropes of the belt. It's just surprising that they gave him absolutely nothing for the legs. But hey, at least you can give him a nice gold bow staff to really match it up because, again, just really completes the look. I mean, overall, it's just another fantastic Wu, and I think it's actually one of the cheaper Wus. So it's one of those ones where you can get just a really solid looking one, and I think there's just no overall issue with it, of course, apart from the printing. But I don't think it's really missing it, strangely. It's one of those ones where it would be nice, of course, but it's not exactly like I'm losing sleep over it. But overall, that is the Day of the Departed wave, and honestly, it was kind of weird for this one. It was difficult to kind of say what I wanted to say about them because I just didn't really have anything negative to really go on with them. It's really surprising. Usually I have small nitpicks with Ninjago minifigures, but with this one, honestly, I just didn't. So it's been a bit of a weird one, honestly. I've been a bit confused this episode, I have to be perfectly honest. But to do what I always do in these videos, do I recommend them? Well, obviously I have two criterias. Do I recommend them if you're just looking for a wave of ninja, or do I recommend them if you are looking for every single Ninjago minifigure? And of course, every Ninjago minifigure goes without saying, but should you get them if you just want a wave of ninja? And honestly, I would say you could. It's one of those ones where you could get away with getting most of them, I think, for a relatively decent price. I think the only one that's a bit higher in price is actually the Lloyd, or maybe it's the Nia. I'm going to have to check that. But it's one of those ones where you can still get away with doing it, and you would have a good time nonetheless. So, honestly, if you're looking for some ninja minifigures, this one's honestly probably for you. But overall, these minifigures are absolutely amazing if you could not tell. And like I said, I wholeheartedly recommend them. And let me know if you do already own them or if you are looking for them. But that is about it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Take care. Okay,